The queen of elegance in front of the camera, Yandy Smith, is suspected of secretly plotting an attack on her own husband, MD. Even worse, according to the rumors, this is betrayal on a scale that nobody saw coming. Apart from a misunderstanding, the Smith-Harris family, which is already in total disarray following a contentious family argument that shook their inner circle, could be entirely upended by the truth regarding Yandy's purported cover plan. Alliances are also shifting and tensions are increasing. Opportunity to fully reveal the dynamics of the family, the reasons why Yandy would cease helping me, and the scope of this plot as we reveal the amazing aspects of this developing drama. Keep checking back because it all seemed to begin so easily. The classic power couple, Harris and Yandy Smith, were once the picture of perfection, adorable, inseparable, and seemingly faultless. From DC's incarceration to their precious family moments, their admirers followed them through the highs and lows of life together. However, more recently, rifts began to show beneath the surface. Sources close to the couple claim that MDCs have been acting aloof for weeks because of personal and professional issues, which has left Yandy feeling unimportant and neglected. Yandy allegedly lost her temper and lost control at this supper, saying, "You're too busy for us." At a family gathering, the surface and whispers of unrest started to circulate among their closest friends and family. The seemingly innocuous supper would turn out to be the impetus for a catastrophic breakup. Known for his typically composed manner, Mendeecees responded, "You think I don't give a damn about you? I'm doing everything I can to help this family. I can't please everyone all the time. I'm tired of being your second-class citizen. You've been treating me like I'm invisible even though we're supposed to work as a team," Yandy reportedly said, her voice trembling with anger. Uncertain of whether to step in and help the couple, everyone in the room observed the furious quarrel. Family members looked at one another anxiously, and fans outside were surprised that this wasn't the Yandy and DC's work things out. They were aware that it seemed to be a conflict between a married couple, but this time there was more than just a disagreement over housework or a breakdown in communication. Several people claimed that the argument ignited a long-simmering sense of betrayal that had been present for months. Because of MC's growing connection with friends, business partners, and even some of his former coworkers, Yandy, who had been battling her own inner issues, allegedly started to doubt MC's dedication to her and their entire family. Yandy became concerned that Mendeecees was spending time with people who might not be the greatest for their family as a result of the reports of new collaborations and projects. As the evening wore on, the argument grew more intense, and men reportedly became angry about the charges and the stress of it all, raising their voices and fleeing with their hands in the air. According to reports, Yandy discovered exchanges, choices, and transactions that led her to question whether her partner had been withholding information from her. Yandy allegedly remarked, "I thought we were in this together," Mendeecees, as her eyes began to well up with tears as she delved further. "Would you like to discuss loyalty?" He is said to have screamed at Yandy. "What about you? Do you believe I don't comprehend your recent actions? Perhaps there are others who have been keeping things secret as well." When the announcement was made, the room trembled. Nobody anticipated that Yandy would be accused of dishonesty by male DCS, but the harm had already been done. The formerly solid foundation of the couple would be fundamentally altered by what followed. According to reports, Yandy and MDCs both keep their distance from. They all retreated into their own worlds after the violent supper, with Yandy being especially reclusive. When questioned about her marriage, she remained mute and provided evasive responses while being spotted having private discussions with close friends and relatives. Conversely, DC was observed making more and more lonesome public appearances and spending more time with his business associates. Fans and friends who had previously believed that they were a single entity were now questioning whether this was the only explanation. No one suspected the drama was just beginning, but it was the end of the family as they knew it. As the days went by, Yandy's and Misa's silence deepened, and neither of them appeared particularly willing to face the problem. Although their one remaining strong link appeared to be eroding, Things were everything but tranquil behind closed doors. One late night after the children had gone to bed, Yandy started to find out some disturbing facts that she thought Mies had been hiding from her. Sources claimed that she had been looking into Mendeecees' personal items, including his phone, business emails, and financial data, in order to eventually face her husband. Yandy went into a tailspin after discovering what she did. She was particularly interested in an email discussion between Mendeecees and an anonymous business associate that alluded to a big financial deal that would alter the course of their family's future. But as she listened more intently, she found that Mendeecees had been thinking about. According to reports, Yandy said to herself, "Mendeecees, I've always been by your side, but you've been making these decisions without even informing me of them." What really enraged Yandy was not simply the financial transactions, but also the idea that Mendeecees had kept these things from her, despite knowing how crucial they were to their future together. Their trust was so vital that Yandy could feel it in every ounce of her existence. As she said this, Yandy was in tears. The real bombshell was a series of phone conversations with one of Mendeecees' old acquaintances, a name that had been connected to rumors of questionable past activities, even though Mendeecees' voice was clearly angry as he discussed the next steps of an uncertain strategy. The conversation was passionate, but when Yandy discovered a ton of social media messages from Mendeecees' phone purporting to be a conversation with another woman, she learned enough to think she was at the heart of a much bigger conspiracy. After receiving M's comments, Yandy grew enraged and confronted him, even though the texts were innocuous and she was aware of their true intent. She hadn't noticed the lighthearted and provocative tone in their relationship for months. DC tried self-defense after being taken off guard, and she demanded explanations for the shady business transactions and suggestive communications. "I don't believe him, but it's just business. He seems to have persisted, and it's nothing like you imagine. After withholding this from me for months, you felt compelled to create explanations out of frustration. You are repaying me for my loyalty in this way." MC retaliated, his expression displaying a mixture of bewilderment and rage. "Yandy, you believe I'm attempting to harm you. You don't understand what I'm trying to do here. You can't see the wider picture, but the damage was already done." As the accusations grew, Yandy was left to question if he was actually attempting to hurt her or if he was acting dangerously behind her back. She couldn't comprehend how things had gotten to this point, and her emotions were running high, and she needed to construct their future. In the meantime, the couple's increasing discord was noticed by M's friends, family, and even some fans. Reports state that during a family gathering, family members attempted in vain to step in and urge the couple to resolve their problems. The flaws in the relationship were obviously too serious to overlook, but that was not the only aspect of this narrative. Secrets and rumors indicated that Yandy was not the only one with a long-standing grudge. One unnamed insider claimed that MVC had been doubting Yandy's allegiance and had suspected her on his own. Was Yandy secretly plotting something of her own? What, if anything, was she planning? The couple's acquaintances started to worry as tensions increased over the course of the following few days, and it became clear that their marriage was in risk of dissolving. Supporters questioned whether Yandy and Mendeecees' romance was gone or whether there was any chance they could save it from ending. But as truths started to surface, everyone was left wondering, what did Yandy and I do, and how far had we gone to protect our own interests? We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but they're both withholding stuff from one another. It is heartbreaking that they now appear to be living in different universes that stand for the future of their family. Tension grew over the next few days, and Yandy and I were enmeshed in a whirlpool of unresolved emotions, accusations, and concealment. The barriers that had formerly held them together were now coming down, and each day seemed to bring fresh information that made them both question the basis of their union. When Yandy's family, who had been quietly observing from the sidelines, finally decided to intervene, the situation reached a breaking point. "You've got to talk to him, Yandy," remarked Yandy's sister, who had been close to me for years, apparently in a troubled tone. What is truly happening between the two of you? This cannot carry on like this. I don't even know where to start anymore, Yandy said, her voice barely heard above a whisper as she broke down in tears, clearly scared. He has been keeping things from me. I can't trust him, and I'm not sure what to do. But Yandy was still unsure in spite of her family's earnest entreaties, and she found it difficult to forgive M for the treachery she had endured. Despite her genuine love for him, she felt conflicted and the relationship had significant problems. Mendeecees, who had also gotten caught up in the chaos, started turning to his personal friends and business associates for comfort. He confided in a longtime acquaintance who was rumored to have been influential in his life. According to insiders, Maines complained about Yandy's. Maines reportedly told his buddy, in tears, "I don't know what happened even though I've always supported her. It seems like she's abandoning me without cause," referring to the charges and his mounting worry that she was growing more aloof and upset. Yandy was about to reveal something final that would change everything, but Maines was not aware of it. Yandy allegedly discovered a number of private letters between MCs and one of his former business partners after searching through some old files. The plot, which was faint and nearly imperceptible, confirmed Yandy's worst fears. Without first telling Yandy, the text proposed a covered plan to move their assets and investments into other companies. Yandy felt totally duped by the plot's attempt to dictate their financial future while ignoring her entirely. More important than the business's mystery was the fact that male venture capitalists had been making decisions that directly impacted their family's future without seeking her input. Transactions, she approached him one last time and asked him to explain why he hadn't told her about this man's BCs. "This is our future, not just yours," she reportedly said, her voice shaking with disbelief. "Men, what have you been keeping from me?" TCS is taking off without warning. Yandy was not amused when she attempted to explain that it wasn't like that I was attempting to keep you safe, that I didn't want the stress of these decisions to concern you, and that I wanted to handle everything myself. Fans and family members were left wondering what would happen next as the drama developed. Some were afraid that no amount of words could heal the profound scars that had grown between Yandy and MC, while others thought they could get back together and patch their relationship. "This is what we're supposed to do together. I feel like I just watched my own thoughts because of you." Consequently, they were unable to reach a consensus and the discussion came to a halt. Despite the couple's reputation for conquering obstacles, this betrayal felt unusual. According to many close to the marriage, it was more than just a simple misunderstanding. It was a severe breach of trust that would require more than words to mend. Following the upheaval, Yandy and Maines were apparently taking some time apart to consider their relationship, while many say was concentrating on his business ventures and personal development. It was made harder by the fact that their family and friends were now separated. Some backed Yandy in her hour of need, while others backed Mendeecees because they thought he was unfairly maligned and misunderstood. The once unified family was now split apart as everyone was caught in the crossfire of this amazing altercation. Despite Yandy's heavy reliance on her family and close friends for support, it was still unclear if their marriage was truly irreparable or if they could win back their trust. One thing was certain: despite the ambiguity surrounding their relationship, trust had been violated. Many fans had one unresolved issue as they anxiously anticipated news updates. Did Yandy and MC have a slim chance, or was their dream really coming to an end? Once a symbol of solidarity and strength, the Smith-Harris family was now a broken shell of what it had been. If the emotional scars from this conflict could be healed at all, it would take time. The mystery surrounding Yandy and Mendeecees is becoming increasingly complex every day, and their drama is far from over. Was her mistrust of Mendeecees well-founded, or was she exaggerating a string of miscommunications? Was there too much damage to repair, or would the couple be able to patch up their strained relationship after the betrayal? The consequences of this intense family drama have left fans split, and the issues persist. Please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any developments on this startling family drama. It is obvious that the Smith-Harris family will never be the same. What are your thoughts? Can Yandy and Mendeecees overcome this treachery, or is their marriage doomed? Tell us in the space provided for comments below.